All right, what do we have here? Oh, a knife. Didn't see that coming. Let's see what we got here. Trusty Demko AD20.5 makes its precision utility cut. Wow, this thing is heavily taped. I think I've got wrapping around a box here, if I'm seeing it correctly. So this fellow was not playing on the packaging, which I appreciate. Sometimes I think I should rename the channel from Pocket Priorities to Rube Goldberg Projects. Let's hope that wasn't anything important there. All right. Boxes within boxes within boxes. Feels like the theme of my life for the past few weeks as we've ramped up the channel and brought a lot more knives on there. Okay, let me pull this off here so we don't expose any personal info. Looks like it was a box that was previously sent to the seller. So let me, there's just no really good way of doing this one on screen, so you just get to enjoy my less than beautiful voice for a minute. Until I give you something to look at. All right, let's go ahead and see what we have got. I recognize the name of this seller, but I can't remember what I bought. I think this was someone I met on Facebook. Oh yeah, okay, cool. All right, interesting shipping. Threw some paper towel in there to protect it inside, which I appreciate. So this is an exciting day because this brings me one knife closer to the all Demko video. That's so funny. This is funny to me. So for those of you that are big Demko enthusiasts, you probably recognize that SKU, 3VTM. I do believe that means 3V Timascus. There it is. For those of us that love the AD20.5, this may be, you know, the most venerable example of them. God, I don't understand lanyards. That's gone up for sale, I can tell you that. So if you love them, let me know. Let's see what we got here. Ooh, been wondering about this Timascus. So this is I think for a while they're going for over $1,000 example of essentially what that does for $150, call it a clip point, and what this does for $375 and textured tie $315 and a flat tie. In fact, I think I'm going to pull the flat tie knife out for this. Oh, excuse me. These boxes that Demko's shipping here, they are pretty funny. I appreciate the efficiency of them though, I'll tell you that. There's really no need for a lot of the fluff. So I got the flat tie. I don't have the clip point one, and this thing's barely been used. I think I carried it for half a day one time, and then at the time decided to go at the DeGrivery as my daily carry. I actually was kind of a mix of wanting to put OS 10A to the test, and we won't go there. I'll just stay focused on the topic at hand. But daily carry, beat it up, and I've got some nice chips in the tips there, if you can see that. Let's get that focused real quick. Love showing off my knife wear. All right. Wow, there it is. So first impression is not what I was expecting. I was expecting this kind of flat feeling. This has a very, and I actually really like it, a very matte feeling to it, which feels good in hand. It gives you a little bit of grip. It's not on the level of like the textured one, but enough for you to feel very secure, making all sorts of cuts. And I really like this flat titanium. For me, I actually like it more as a daily carry than this. I think this is cooler looking, and I like the fact that it's probably more resilient. You're not going to see all the lines in it like you would with this, the snail trails as they call them. But if you didn't know, and I didn't, because this is shocking to me, this feels like a glass finish. And I don't know if that's the consistent theme of all Timascus finishes, or it's just the way Demko did it. And I don't know if you know the story here, but I've heard not John, I think it was Andrew Demko talk about it. And he goes out to, I think, his manufacturer in Taiwan. As you can see, this is kind of funny, but this is a $1,000 knife made in Taiwan. But Timascus is, some legit shit. And he's out there, and this, I guess the manufacturer he works with hands him one. He's like, "What do you think of this?" And he's like, "I gotta have it." And they ended up, creating a whole line. I don't know if it's going to be limited edition or something they keep doing, but I had to get a hold of it. And this is totally not my style. I got to be honest with you. This is not my style at all. I would never go for something like this. I'm going to get this lanyard off of here as fast as possible. In particular, this is just not my shit. This is more swearing than I ever do in videos, but I am kind of in awe a little bit of this. But holy smokes. And I think part of why it's feeling very smooth, by the way, I think it has skiffs in it. I'll double check, but it's smoother than the others, and I think that's why. This feels like a glass surface, which I was not expecting. It's really nice. I've never felt a knife like that. I'm trying to think, like the closest thing I felt like that, if you saw my Rockstead video on the Higo too. It has a really mirror finish on it, but it's titanium mirrored finish. It's textured though, so it feels different. This feels like a glass finish. I am just shocked. That is really cool. So let's take a look. I've got one other 3V example that had like a little bit of like patina, almost like a pitting rust in it, my carbon fiber one. This one looks like it's in really good shape. I don't see anything like that here. I'll take a look at the blade real quick. One little chip in there, maybe. Maybe not. Maybe there's just something on there. Yeah, maybe one. Let's see if we can see it. You have to get a really perfect focus to get eyes on it. It's 3V, it's pretty tough. And a pretty strong edge retention steel. It's definitely not the top of the top, but Demko's talk about how familiar they are with it and how good they're, not how, they don't say like how good they are, but they're really comfortable with producing it in from a heat treat perspective and everything. So anyways, let me give you the close-up, because I don't think there's been a really good impression video of one of these. I haven't seen one, at least. I imagine these are all pretty different just based on the manufacturing process. In true Demko fashion, you can see there's no milling, so you just got nice little slabs, because this is an AD20.5, but nice little slabs of titanium in there with no milling out of it. So it's, got a little bit of heft to it. It's nothing crazy. I'm gonna guess this comes in right around 4 1/4 ounces. But let's throw it on the scale. Wow, I was actually like really just getting this for the Demko video and was thinking it was probably gonna be something I'd check out and then maybe move on. This thing is very likely to stay around in the knife collection. I am really liking what I am seeing here a lot. This is the slow preparation for the scale, making room for the scale. Oh, I'm gonna have to get that thing off of there. How am I gonna do that? I guess I'm probably gonna have to take it apart on the video. I guess I'm gonna take it apart. One thing I wanted to double check here, and I believe he disclosed this, but I think, oh wow, that's interesting. Don't mind that at all. A little spring replacement kit. A left-hand carry, which is standard. Huh, that's interesting. What do we got here? Oh, tie. Are the standoffs and the standard ones not tie. That's interesting. Let's see if we can figure that out. Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's, huh. So maybe the standard ones are steel. I didn't realize that. I would have thought, you know, if you look at what they charge at like Knife Center, it's only, so you can see, let's get the blade out of here. Where there's tie, you're not getting anything. And then when you hit the hardware, you are getting movement on the magnet there. The pocket clip's definitely magnetic also. That's interesting. So yeah, on knifecenter.com as an example, you can see they sell the steel hardware for $5 and the tie hardware for $15. So like for a $10 difference, you would think they would include tie hardware on the $375 tie knife. Guess not, which I didn't know. So this included, looks like unopened tie hardware for the standoffs. So that's neat. Thank you. I'll take it. And then, yeah, there are some Skiff Rocket Glide rings here. And those right there are the factory. Oops, sorry. Wasn't putting it up to the screen in the right way. Or the camera, rather. Those are the factory. And this is a Skiff 19 ball count. Which, if you haven't seen that in some of my other videos, it's quite different looking than the factory. It's pretty impressive looking bearing. So this does have skiffs in it. And yeah, I mean, it's as smooth as anyone I've ever felt, which I'm starting to think might be the difference of skiff or not. Now that I'm thinking about some of the ones that I have that are really smooth, they're mostly the ones with skiffs in them. Although there's one that I'm not sure about, one of my 80/20s. I don't think it has skiffs in it, but it might, or skiff, whatever you want to call it. Skiff bearings, skiffs. So anyways, let's get some of this stuff cleared off here. And maybe I'll take this apart so I can measure it. Maybe I'll just do like a kind of fake weigh-in first and see how effective I think I can be without taking this lanyard tail off here. So let's go with the lightweight first. 3.5 ounces, 3.52 ounces, titanium full, flat, I think 4.25, 4.32. That's a shark's foot. Milled, 4.18. So I do think they mill it out of there. I think they use the same slab and like remove material when they do this, if I'm not mistaken, or if I am, please Demko crew, feel free to correct that on the video here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this lanyard thing here because I imagine that's affecting the weigh-in a little bit, but I don't know how best to do this without disrupting the weigh-in. But yeah, cool. What a cool knife. Shall we take it apart? Why not? Let's take it apart, get that lanyard off of there. It's going to need to go for sale anyways. Yeah, let's do it. When in Rome. Okay, so we have on the 80/20.5, it is I think a 10 and a 6. Double check. Yeah, 10 and 6. It's 10 and 8 on the bigger knives. At least on that 80/20. I can't remember if the 80/20S is as well. Ooh, feels like a little crunchy. Maybe they had some Loctite on there. Let's see if we can tell. Let me get that off there. Yeah, I don't know. You probably don't care, and I don't really care either, so let's keep moving here. Grab the T6. And I think if I do this right, I should just be able to take off the scale on one side and not have to do both. No, I'm gonna have to, what do you think about that? Dude, how does this, this isn't gonna come off. This thing has to be unwound. I just realized you're probably watching this going, this dude doesn't have any idea what he's doing. This either has to be cut off or unwound. Yeah, my bad. Okay, well, let's just put this back together. In that case, not sure what I was thinking there. That's pretty funny. You can see about how much experience I have with lanyards because I do not use them. I don't think I've ever bought another knife with one on there, if I recall correctly. I actually do have, I think, some like factory ones or something like that, maybe, but yeah, not a big lanyard guy. All right. Oof, that is sweet. I am very excited about this knife. So, what's the best way to remove the lanyard, I guess is the question. I think I got a knife for that. Let's cut it off. And see if we can avoid bleeding in this video. Should probably use scissors, but I think I can get in there. Let's see how sharp my bug out is. Still sharp. All right. I mean, I gotta say this thing's pretty cool. Like for what it is, like I appreciate if you're gonna put one on there, like this is, you know, matches nicely. Good job on that. It actually, there's something I'm kind of enjoying about it. I'm gonna just be vulnerable and admit I actually kind of like the way it looked on there. Now I'm like almost, I'm not regretting taking it off. But it is kind of cool that it matches and stuff. So I think the knife on its own is probably loud enough though. The lanyard world is in uproar right now. Yeah, I guess you use this to like pull it out of your pocket more easily or something. I've literally not even researched why people put lanyards on their knives. Hang it on things. I don't know what they're for. Makes it, you know, easier to grab out of a situation or something. I don't know. It's hangs out of your pocket. If you go leave it in your pocket instead of clipping it on it, one of you are gonna have to throw some comments on the 10 things you didn't know about lanyards. But I'm gonna get this thing off of here and then weigh this knife in. And then see if anyone wants to buy this thing. Getting close. I guess you have to have some skills on how to knot up your lanyard. Maybe it's a sailor thing. Some sailor knots here or something like that, little nautical skill set that I do not have. I got a little bit, more of a water ski boat guy, not an ocean dweller. All right, boom. It is set free. There was a definite faster way of doing it that you were probably going to just cut the thing in half, but I don't know, maybe the person that buys this will want this, who knows. Anyways, pretty cool match, I'll give them that. Get out of here. All right, let's get this on the scale real quickly and then we can get some final thoughts. And then this is gonna be a part of a broader Demko video I do at some point here in the next couple of weeks. I'm down to the last few couple knives. I finally found enough resources on what the heck a Demko is and all the different things they've made. It's a 4.33, so it's actually a little heavier than this one, which is milled, and a little lighter than that one. Oh, sorry, wrong one. A little lighter than this one, maybe? No, about the same. So yeah, it's basically the same weight as a standard titanium, or smooth titanium rather, the $315 model. Yeah, This is a cool one. Whew. Yeah, as a Demko collector, I am super stoked to have this. Give you a last look and I will send you on your merry way. It's not for everyone, but not a lot to be mad about there. This is a really cool knife. Very excited to have it. Thanks to the seller. And yeah, I mean, it's a really neat feel in the hand. The big takeaway, feels very glassy. The finish is like glass. So if that's what you're looking for, this could be the one for you. A really neat knife. Really neat knife. Demko's done some super interesting things with their lineup. This is definitely one of them. Yeah, I ain't mad. It's really neat. Here's a 80.20S drop point to compare with the clip points. Maybe we'll even throw an 80-20 in there just for fun. Always like to pull out a couple other Demkos to kind of compare things to. Size and style and just appreciation for the variety that exists within the Demko family. There's one with no slot. Carbon fiber. Let's do that. I think that's all my Demkos I have out right now, aside from my standard Gryvery one. Yeah, really neat knife. Really excited to have it, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed this one. The theme of this one is like glass. So, wow, just, you know, matte glass, smooth nail file, very smooth on the carbon fiber. Kind of in between the matte and the glass on the 80-20S there. G10s are actually a bit more like they're pretty abrasive. The Gryvery ones are a little more, I don't want to say like knocked down, but like there's not quite as aggressive as the G10 handles have been. So, welcome to the family here, Timascus version. Very cool. Highly recommend taking a look at it if you're into this style, because they just did a really nice job on that knife. All right, thanks for stopping by. Please like, subscribe, and we will see you on the next one. Take care.